Yeah, that's right. Club Condo is back for week 2. Rob Cesternino here, and I'm back with a guy who is ready to talk with me about the week in all the Survivor nonsense. It's Chappell. Chappell, how are you?
Rob, I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling fresh, renewed after another week of Survivor. We're 2 weeks in, and
Yes?
I'm sure, the season feels like it's starting to pick up. The first one is
You're
like,
renewed?
I am. I feel like the first episode always gives me the jitters. Am I gonna like everybody? Is it like
You're
it's
going
like
to
a
get the
first day of
grenade?
school,
Yeah.
right? Do I have the grenade? We got past that. Basically, have the grenade, but it's okay. We're on to week 2, going into week 3, and I'm very excited to talk about what's to come and what we've seen so far in Survivor.
Okay. Busy weekend. I just got back I went to South by Southwest. I met a surprising amount of people who listen to the podcast, which is always wild to meet at a non-Survivor thing. So that was really cool. And so people, shout out to everybody that's listening to the podcast, who especially, I guess shout out if you're listening, even if I didn't meet you. We appreciate it.
I've only ever met one listener in the wild that I had never met before, like that just like recognized me from the podcast. It was very awkward. I was at a wedding, and we were actually at the reception, and it was like one of those weddings that just we're gonna do the reception until we get tired and pass out or something like that. So it's like, I don't know, probably about 10 o'clock at night, and this woman comes up to me, is like, "Oh my God, I've been watching you all day. I've been dying to ask you, do you know Puya?" And I was like, yes. And she was like, so you know Puya and Taryn? I said, yes. And she goes, don't call Taryn, but could you get Puya on the phone? And I called Puya. I called Puya at a wedding because I had to, as his secretary. I was like obligated to do this. So hopefully your meetings with listeners of the podcast go better than mine did. I mean, mine went great.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
great
I was
Puya.
like, I do know him. Yeah, I actually, it kind of freaks me out that I know him too. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe next time I'll go to South by Southwest, I might run into somebody who knows me.
All right. Well, we had a great week of podcasts here on the Survivor feed. You can listen to them all. WeKnowSurvivor.com. Had a really great conversation with Kevin the other day about all this, in addition to the know-it-alls and my exit interview with Kevin. We were scheduled to talk with Sophie Clark tonight. Sophie is under the weather, and so we will not get the chance to talk to Sophie tonight. We hope to, maybe as soon as next week, get Sophie on the podcast. So we will be back with an old school interview next week. But sorry to say, we will not get the chance to talk to Sophie tonight.
Okay. If you can get Sophie for an old school interview, who can we get for a club condo? Like, we need an old school player. Maybe, of course, Sophie's busy, but maybe we could get, I don't know, who's wacky.
You want an old school guest to come on Club Condo?
Yeah, can we get Simhar? Can we get somebody from Sophie's original season to come on Club Condo? Who can we get?
Do you know her?
No, I don't know.
I think, listen, we have a hard enough time getting old school guests to come on any of the podcasts. I feel like that you're going to explain to an old school guest what Club Condo is.
I feel like you don't explain to them what it is. Jim Rice, we have the perfect spot for you. And then he just comes on here and is very confused. I don't know. South Pacific feels like the spot to start at when you want to bring on some people to talk about the wackiness in Club Condo.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Well, if we could get Stacey Powell, this is her show.
Oh, if we could get Stacey Powell, I will relinquish my spot here. Like, Stacey Queen, you can have it. Club Stacey.
Blam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into everything that's going on. And Chappell, in the aforementioned draft, you took an L this week, as it was Kevin who ended up getting voted out of the game. What was your reaction to Kevin going home?
I picked Kevin because I could feel the chaotic energy. Run the tape back. I said, this man is chaos. And I don't know how well he's going to do in the game, but I typically like to lean toward players that remind me of a bit of myself. And I am a chaotic entity if I'm nothing else. And so I'm not shocked that it was Kevin based on his preseason interviews. It felt like he was telegraphing that, like, he might play a little too hard, or, be a little wild in some of his approaches. And I think in this episode, he could have done nothing, but that would have been way too boring. And so he decided to do something, and he ended up getting the boot.
Well, in talking with Kevin, I ultimately don't think that he was like super messy or anything like that. He was reading the room, and this is a tribe that is seemingly going to another tribal council, you would imagine. and it doesn't seem like that they have any hopes to win anytime soon. And he's like looking and doing the math. It's like, okay, fine. We could vote out Mary today, but it's going to be me next time. And maybe this is the one chance I have to change that trajectory going into the next vote.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. Kevin also does the thing when I was watching his interview with you where he's like, yeah, why would they come after me? I was doing that. I was the threat. And you're like, Kevin, remember all this scheming? I mean, for 2 episodes straight, he's like, I'm in charge. I'm running the game. I'm in the power position. I got to get. It's like, Kevin, stop it. I think Kevin was a threat. I think he was playing in a way that a threatening player plays. And I think that, yeah, he probably would have run out of runway soon, but there may be other like ways he could have approached this idol situation. An idol flush, maybe like if he tried to do something like that. But this whole, like, he was trying to have his cake and eat it too. He wanted to keep Mary around. He wanted to get rid of the idol. He wanted to be in the power position moving forward. It's a valiant effort. I think it's definitely better than being like, hey, let me just sit and wait for it to be my turn. But also, things can change so much in this game. Like, he could go on a journey tomorrow, and then, like, now he has, a steal a vote, a block a vote, or whatever the third advantage was in this episode that we never got to see. So, I don't know. It feels like in Survivor, sometimes you just got to make it to the next day and see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's even tough for him to get Say to play her idol and not be trying to do what he was doing because it's such a small tribe. If Say to him, if he goes to Say and announces, I try not to use the verb say when
it's too hard.
It's too hard. And he announces to her, like, hey, you better play your idol tonight. It's like, well, who's voting for me? You? Like, it's like there's not enough people. Mary lost her vote.
Yeah, this was tough. I mean, and the tribe is so small. It's like I think he just needed to let Mary go, or even worse, let Cedric go. Cedric was sitting here just ready to, it was my fault if y'all vote for me. Like, look, lean into that. I just think that
they needed Cedric to lean into it, and he was leaning back.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you need Cedric for tribe strength, and this is what he does when y'all are trying to keep the tribe strong, it's kind of like, is he really there for tribe strength? Not to call him a weak player, but at this point, if you feel like your days are numbered, you gotta start throwing anything at the wall and trying to save yourself. But yeah, valiant effort from Kevin. I think that of early boots, we've seen way worse. So this is nothing to be ashamed of.
I follow Cedric on Instagram. I think he had a big watch party this week.
Really? Young Cedric.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just killing myself not to sing that song every time his name pops up on the screen, man. Rob, young Cedric. He's got some decisions to make in this game.
He's got decisions to make. Do you think that Cedric from Survivor knows of Cedric from Big Brother? Do you think that's even on his radar?
No, they're not in the same Cedric group chat. It's not a thing. I think honestly, young Cedric doesn't know old Cedric and vice versa. Neither one of them know each other. If they met together, like if they were ever in the same room together, they would never know that both of them were on.
Right? We've never had any Cedrics on Survivor Big Brother before, and then in 1 year.
It's the year of Cedrics. It really is. I don't know. I would love to see them link up. I think young Cedric might be coming back to play another game. I've seen him rumored for other games too. So maybe this will be the first of many appearances for old Cedric.
Yeah, I think I've seen every single Big Brother alumni of the 300 Big Brother players, I think, rumored to be on another show.
When I saw Howard rumored to be on the Big Brother Amazing Race, I mean, it's like, come on, y'all. Does that come on. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And look, and if you're right, still, come on, casting. What?
Yeah.
It's Howard, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon Donlin, could you do a randomized Brant Steele of a Big Brother season with the cast, and then we leak that as rumored cast for the Amazing Race?
That's basically what
could we get that within the next hour, do you think?
I saw Angela from this most recent season of Big Brother on there, which would make total sense, but to be on the same cast as Howard and some of these other people I saw in that grid, what? Wow. Okay. I
don't even think CBS has their number.
There's no way they have Howard's number. There's just no way. Howard was on the show. He was treated poorly by the show. He's on a show that people, a season that people don't even talk about. And you mean to tell me that they're like, keep Howard and cast it. Let's see how that goes. Like, I think he's fine. I think his life is fine. And if he shows up on The Amazing Race, I'm sure he'll be riveting television this time.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that even with tracking down some of the old school survivors, it's hard, but like it can be done. Like some of these like people from Big Brother, until they're on TMZ, it's like nobody can get a hold of some of these people.
Look, the Big Brother people should be in hiding. They're scary. They're crazy. The Survivor people are relatively normal, I guess I'd say. In comparison, you have a lot more Survivor players to compare them to, and even then, I'd say that I'd take the Survivor players anytime.
Okay. Chappell, I want to talk about something from this episode that I thought was really interesting when
Kevin's
they had
dive?
to pick, well, not the dive. I want to talk about when we had where the Vula tribe had to pick people to go to the journey. And then, we ended up where there was like this practice round. And Say won the practice round. And then she then wanted then the practice round to count, and that she wanted the guys to have her back.
Yeah.
And she felt betrayed.
Right. And in a way, I definitely understand what she's saying, right? Like if we're all in on this con, I say, hey, I won, and we all say, yep, that's it. And we unanimously say, like, it's for Say, it's her spot. She gets chosen, she gets to go. What could Mary even do at that point?
Yeah.
But that's playing really hard. That's playing really hard. You know how on the other tribe, they're like, Thomas is thinking, okay, we got Star's advantage. She loses her vote. What if we just lose the thing? Then she doesn't have a vote. And Shaina's just like, what? No, that's playing a little too hard. Say could never. Say's like, we lost the vote. I don't know what to tell you. This would have been totally different on the other end, but her tribe let her down. They didn't go with the whole play. I think it was a little too much gaming.
Yeah.
If for this moment,
that whole group decides, hey, we're gonna gaslight Mary. Mary, what are you talking about? That wasn't practice. That was the real thing.
Yeah.
Practice.
All she could do
we're
is
talking
say
about practice. What?
Right. Since when? Yeah. All she could do is say, no, like, no, I'm not crazy. They'd be like, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the thing that Survivor players don't really take advantage of, like, you could really just screw somebody over in the pre-merge. Like, no consequences.
Who would ever know? You know what I'm saying?
You know?
The problem with that, though,
you don't even have to see them at the reunion show.
No, you probably will never see that person again. Ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe you're at the same Bryce and Wen event one day.
Like, oh, it's nice to meet you. I finally get. I think Bryce told me a story like that once. He told me, I think he was like, yeah, I've only met Sarah Lucina twice, and I was like, how? He's like, well, I mean, we were never on the same tribe. I was like, oh,
yeah, but crazy. At least they had a finale.
Yeah, they did have a finale. Nowadays, dear God, you might, like you said, you gotta go to Bryson Wynn in LA or New York to catch somebody. Yeah, I think the problem with the pre-merge, when you play really, really hard in the pre-merge, it doesn't matter. You make it to the end and you're like, in episode 2, I voted out Kevin. And you're like, who? You know, like, we never met him. Was he good? Was he bad? How did that go?
No, don't do that. But Kevin's not gonna be at the final tribal council. Like, how dare you? Where do you get off?
And even then, if you're sitting at the tribal council and you don't have a lot of people in the jury who were there from back then, you're like, look, I stole Kevin's advantage. You just start your journey right there where nobody else is around to tell the tale. And then by the time you get to it, you're like, man, that guy's resume was long as hell. Oh my God. He did it all. You're right. Start screwing over more people in the pre-merge. I think that's for fun TV.
Yeah, why not? Go
slow
for
stages.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, there's no consequences.
No, it's a victimless crime. Well, except for the victims of the pre-merge, in which case they would probably hate you forever.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
But you can just like get away with it, but the witness that you are perpetrating the crime on doesn't get to talk ever.
No, it's fine. Look, I think that's where Say was going. It's like, what could Mary even do if when she comes, like when I come back with an advantage, we're gonna vote her out anyway. So it's not like she can come to, like, when she gets to the merge, she's gonna blow our spot. She's not ever gonna make it to the merge. And then we have, what happened in this episode where Mary actually she got another day in the game. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Chappell, what do you think happens with Say and Mary now?
To me, this really bothers me because it feels like these are two players that you would love to see on the same page because they are both these are both chaotic players. They seem to be enjoying playing the game. They seem to be like Like, it doesn't seem really personal to me. It just seems like they are both like, oh no, we are not going to let this other person beat. If we could combine their efforts against somebody else, this would be so good. But I just don't think this is a game where it's going to allow them to live and coexist like this, especially with their tribe potentially losing again. I don't think anybody is counting on them winning the next challenge unless someone throws it. So I don't know. Short-lived this duo, but
Is that possible? Do you think that one of the other two tribes could throw? I mean, it is like, I think in the meta where we have seen, go back to Survivor 46. I feel like, and I just talked to Tevin, where the Nami tribe, that they never lost anybody before the merge happened, and then it was something that cost them later. Do you think that one of these two tribes might say, "Hey, maybe we need to like lose some dead weight"?
Tevin's mantra is, everyone got to go to the tribal council at least once. Like, he says that. But even if you look outside of that, when we get to the merge, the smaller two tribes always band together to take out the bigger tribe. And so, like, if you have this green tribe,
so it's a win-win.
2 or 3 people, if they have 2 or 3 people left, when they get to the merge, people are going to say, well, who's going to pick up those pieces to attack whoever hasn't lost at all? And this could be the way you sway the numbers in your favor. So if I'm the orange tribe or the other, whatever the other tribes are, whenever the other tribes are,
Purple,
I could be looking at, whatever. I could be looking at each other saying, all right, we got to lose somebody. Let's get rid of some of this dead weight. Anybody who might flip, they can go.
Well, do you think that orange and purple both could be trying to throw the challenge at the same time?
So purple
We've never
throwing
had
the challenge
that before.
I would find it hard to believe that purple would throw the challenge.
I don't think that is in their wheelhouse of something that they would do.
Eva is not throwing a challenge. That is the sentence. It's just not happening. I don't see it happening. I couldn't even imagine you bringing it up to her like, so what have we lost? She's like, I'm sorry,
what do
I
you
don't
mean?
understand the word.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, are you crazy? You should leave. Medical, like, I just don't think that's going to go over well. But orange could be interesting. I think orange could try to throw a challenge, but with Money Mitch making the baskets, I don't really know if they would have the ability to do it. I mean, I'm putting Mitch up against the greats in basketball. I think that they might try to lose
3-point contest.
You got to. You really got to. This man is just clutch. The clutch gene. What was it? 4 or 5 in a row? I mean,
I think he had 5. I mean, basically from what we saw, 5 in a row. Yeah. Well, I know
Curry
you're the number one Mitch guy, your hometown hero. Yeah. What did you think? He had a big episode.
He had a great episode. I know Say was the player of the week last week, but I'm pretty sure Mitch gets it for his big moment in this most recent episode, because who could have seen that coming? Like, he gets the ball, he throws the underhand technique, because that's how you put that little extra sauce on it, and then just boom, 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 right on to victory. Yeah.
Gym teacher.
I'm telling you, he's a machine, the machine. When he gets to the merge, they're going to be like trying to figure out how to get this man out, because he's going to be an immunity threat. But right now, it is looking like he might be on the bottom of his alliance. And so a couple immunity wins wouldn't hurt.
Chappell, there was a big sequence in the episode about everybody's humble traits. And if that's not a Club Condo segment, then I don't know what the hell is.
Yeah, we got to talk about the humble traits. This is an interesting way of putting this as well. I've never heard them referred to as humble traits, but I definitely agree.
I never heard that. I mean, we heard from everybody, or at least 4 of the people in the tribe. We got what their humble traits are. I guess 5 if you count Mitch, that he revealed what his humble trait was. Camilla, we don't know. Camilla may have no humble trait.
Flawless victory.
Flawless victory for her. But as far as the other 5 members of the tribe, we heard about what they were, and really, we started with David.
I got 4 nipples, all right? They don't look like it because they got removed when I was like 12 years old, but hey, you know what? Maybe that's why I like milk so much. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think about David's origin story?
He, having four nipples, I guess that could be a humble trait. Like, they're now, he no longer has 4 nipples, but he still claims them. They're like ghost nipples. They're still like the scars of nipples past are still there.
Yeah.
So he still tells people like, I have 4 nipples. They've been removed. And he is a guy who really loves milk. I think these things align some way, Rob. I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to be taking from that, but he did question if he should be like, if he would milk himself if he had the ability to do it.
That's so interesting. Now, yes, famously in Meet the Parents, Greg was asked, I have nipples. Can you milk me? But these weren't lactating nipples, right?
Not to our knowledge. But Rob, if you had 4 nipples, would you milk yourself?
Well, it doesn't matter how many nipples I have. I don't think I'm able to do that.
I mean, but if like you had the ability, like if you were able to milk yourself, you kind of have to do it, right? Like, I don't see.
I know some people who could have milked themselves, and they still don't.
Yeah, I'd try it. If I'm not gonna taste the milk, but I definitely milk myself if necessary. Like if I felt like it's kind of like you got these appendages, you got these body parts. It's like you're not gonna touch it at least to see what it does. I don't know, man. I could see myself milking myself. I don't know. David looks like he would milk himself too. He seemed like he was interested in.
Yeah.
I think I saw a tweet from Scally, something about plenty of people would line up to milk David. I don't know. It was a whole thing. I didn't save it. It felt like a little NSFW for me, honestly.
All right. Do you want to even venture to Charity's humble trait?
That I don't look. I'm not here. I'm all about body positivity. Whew, but that foot. That foot. That was a foot, man. That was a foot. I went to WikiFeet to see if I could pull
Is it on there?
No, the site had crashed. I don't know if they tried to upload something dangerous and some malware or something must have happened because I was like, that somehow, for some reason, I click this link and there's just nothing coming up. Rob, what a foot. What a foot. Wow.
Yeah.
A humbling foot. Remember Dee's feet? Immaculate feet. They were like talons. Like she like snatched the earth out of the ground in that one episode, and that's how you win $1 million. That's how you do it on Survivor. I'm not sure that Charity's one of her feet. One of them looks good. Hey, that one foot was solid. That other one though, it's been through some things. It's seen some things.
Yeah. Do you think that that's any sort of like a edit that we should read into that maybe Charity is not going to go the same direction as D because D's feet were more positively edited, where the edgic for Charity's feet is OTTN?
Yeah. The foot edgic is something that I would love to get into, honestly. I might need to look into that. If we're comparing feet, not Fegic. Oh, that sounds filthy. I feel like if we're comparing feet edgic, then D is very positive and Charity 50-50. One foot solid. That other one though, it's got some personality to it. I'll just say that.
Yeah. What do you think about Kyle and that he had a callus for 10 years? That's
a wart, Kyle. Go get it removed. Stop it. Stop playing with them people. Everybody, like, bro, have medical look at that right now. You can handle that. Right, like you can handle that. Survivor did all these physicals on these people before they even went out there, and they were just like, I'm sure he said, "Oh, well, all I have is this callus," and everybody was like, "Kyle, stop. It's a wart."
The one that I feel like has not gotten enough attention is Chrissy with the very deep navel.
Deep as hell. She was like, I could stick a Q-tip in it. And then she was like, this much. I was like, oh my God. All that in there? Dear God. It's like echo. Like it was like you should not like you could throw a coin in there and then you could like have to listen to hear if it ever hits. Yeah. Oh my God. Why is it so deep? Where does it go to the back? How does it work? She just feel like I don't know, man. She had me examining my own nipple. I mean, my own belly button. I was like, what is the hell? Mine shit done. No, I ain't as deep. Sorry. Yeah. Who just throws this out? Where are they finding these people?
I don't know. If this was like trying to build like a 3-tribe season of that they were trying to put together all the people with these like unusual traits and then they scrapped it.
Yeah, she gonna hide her idol in there. Like, I gotcha. Got it.
If anyone likes to play an idol, now it's time. Like, hold on.
We checked her bag. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't. Oh,
yeah.
She's like fumbling around and they're like, hold on. I got you.
I need to perform a cavity search.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Well, really, with the way that these idols are, where it's just like 2 beads on a piece of string, like
Right, you can put that anywhere. Just pull it out of all the crevices. It's like, hey, where you get those beads from? Not my belly button.
yeah. It
Feels
looks
good on
like
the way in and
a
out.
doll. If you like has like a string in the stomach, if you pull it, it's
Yeah,
gonna
that-
say something. Like
I just they're like a pull string. Yeah, that would be crazy. I keep looking down at my belly button because it just it's inadequate in comparison to hers. She should post a picture of it.
yeah,
Like
do you feel like you have some kind of like naval inadequacy now?
I do. It's navel envy, you know. It's like my shit does not go in like that, but hers is deep, deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that Camilla gave a humble trait and the editor's just like, not good enough?
Camilla was like, I'm the baddest. And they were like, yeah, that's not humble enough. She's like, I'm smart. She's like, yeah, nope. I'm like, it's one of, you know, when you do a job application, Rob, they always ask you like, what is your biggest weakness? And you're supposed to say something like, my biggest weakness is I try too hard. You know, I work really hard. Like, I don't know how to take a break. She did one of those like, you know, my humble brag is all I do is win no matter what, you know, it's like, I can't help it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't know. And they were like, all right, save it. Maybe I don't think she has one.
Yeah.
Camilla seems like a pretty real.
Maybe it was last week when she said the only movie she's ever seen is Holes.
No, that's Charity. No. That's what's her name? Chrissy. That's
Camilla.
Chrissy. No, that's Chrissy who's seen Holes. You know, it's a big, deep.
Oh,
navel hole.
that was the movie.
All I've seen is
based on her
Holes.
belly button. Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, do you have a humble trait?
You know, I think if I just took my shirt off, I think that's just humble traits all around.
I know my humble trait is my voice. It's very high. When I was a little kid, I always thought like I would grow up in my voice. And people were like, your voice is gonna get deep one day. I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then like, no, it's gonna get deep. I promise. I was like, yeah. And then I really had this vision of me sounding like double T in the morning. You know, like kind of having like a strong man voice, and it never came in. It's like this tenor soprano thing I'm stuck with, Rob. I don't know.
Yeah. I never really thought of you as like a very high voice.
It's a very high voice. And when I get excited, it gets higher.
Yeah,
and
maybe
higher
like
and
when
higher.
you're getting like worked up about something.
Yeah, it is. But I'm always worked up about stuff. That's the problem. It's like if I could just come down to like a resting, you know, but I got nothing. Like I sound like Theodore from the Chipmunks sometimes when I get nervous. It's really bad. But you know, like I said, God needs to knock you down a peg, and that's where he started with me. I have a lot though. I'm allergic to everything, everything. Yeah, like if I go outside, I cannot breathe. You know, some people need to be humbled a lot more than others, and I was one that God had to take his time on.
Chappell, I feel like a new segment on the show that you were going to give out an award for your player of the week that we said last week. But I think that also we need to start exploring the Twitter beef of the week.
Okay. You know, Twitter beef of the week. We could have started that in 46. I think 47.
We could use a jingle for that also to everybody out there.
Yeah, if you're out there making beef songs,
like
you know,
it's a long time till we get to the wand off.
Exactly. I think 46 could have really popped off the Twitter beef in the new era. 47, I think, also kind of like we were like, okay, we're cooking. We got some people fighting a little bit. 48. The contestants that we have aren't really beefing, but the alumni, Rob, they seemingly are outside. They're saying things on microphones. They're talking a little trash about each other. And we like that. We love to see it. We love to see all of our Survivor alums being active in the community. That's what we'll call it. Not beef, just being active.
We always appreciate it. Keep your name out there. So let's listen in on a clip. Over on the Purple Pants podcast, the Survivor News edition, the baby boys, Bryce, recent birthday boy, Wendell, and Jack had season 47's Rome on the podcast. And they were talking about, I'm not even sure how they got on this, okay? But here's a clip of Rome talking about what he and Q have in common and also have different. Okay, let's listen into this clip.
But listen, let me just say, me and Q definitely both had big impacts on our seasons. I lasted half the episodes. I never asked to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask to leave, and people was like, no, we're keeping you around. No, if I asked to leave ever, I was gone. I was out of there. That wouldn't have happened. Let's just get that straight, okay? So, and we talk about the Temu. We talk about the Temu Q, but you know what I'm saying? We had Q on last week. We seen those numbers, so I know why y'all called me, because you know y'all had to boost it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We had to boost up.
Wait.
All right.
What were the numbers? Yeah,
well, I kind of feel like he's being a little shady towards the Bryce and Wendell and Jack about their saying that their podcast isn't getting a lot of views.
Well, I mean, I guess Q just doesn't bring in the same fire that Rome does. Is that what he's saying? You know, so I seen the numbers when you had Q on. I'm not impressed. Not impressed.
Yeah, I don't know why he's saying that.
I mean, I'm looking. Q. It's been about 10 days since he was on. 1.9 thousand views on YouTube, and Rome at 1.6 in 3 days. I'm just saying, at this rate, he's going to pass him. Now, if he doesn't, we have to revisit the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So it made some waves. Okay.
I can't imagine Q loved this.
Yeah. Q, I don't think took kindly to it, because he posted on Instagram. Check this out. This is Q's response, where he said, "Somebody tell Lil Man to leave me out of it. Half the episodes, half the size. I'll stop there before he cry again."
Damn. He cried the first time? Man, this is crazy. The points are made, right? Like, Rome was there for less episodes than Q for sure. He made a big impact on his season. Q lasted a long time, made a big impact on his season. The views are skewing toward Rome right now. Temu was a wild thing for them to call Rome Temu Q, you know. So I could see it, but is this real
who
beef?
Said Temu Q? That Q said that last week?
No, I'm pretty sure that's like the feedback people got about Rome. I think they were calling him. And I don't know if that was a Q quote directly, but I think I saw it on Twitter. At least somebody called him the Temu version of Q. And I think that's what Rome's response was to that. It's kind of like Q could never. You know, I like to see it. Let's Redemption Island this thing. Put him back on. Put him out there. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Then we got Gabe from last season, and Gabe and Q went back and forth a little bit during Survivor 47. One of the few legitimate Twitter beefs that we had in Survivor 47. Here comes Gabe off the top rope. The bro that was deleting tweets all last season, ? I
feel like Gabe he's not a fan of Rome. It just doesn't feel like he loves him too much. Because you're right, they were going back and forth on Twitter last year, and those tweets definitely just disappeared. Gabe was the source of a few Twitter beefs. I remember he had some choice choice words for the Hawaiian population and Tiana. Aloha to all of them. And then he's pivoted over to Rome, and it seems like this is his new person that he's going to beef with publicly off the top rope.
Yeah. But do you think there's a legitimate beef there, or you think this is like kayfabe?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because, you know, in these days, the casts are so close, you know, social media, and then like not having a finale. And so they all get to hang out and do all that kind of stuff in the meantime. It's really hard to tell who doesn't like each other. But Rob, guess what? Survivor 50 is coming. And you were there for the first All-Stars. You know how it goes.
I remember.
These All-Star seasons rip communities in half. They just tear them apart. We're going to start seeing people playing with people that they've never played for, beefing with their longtime friends. I can't wait. Burn it down. All this stuff is too nice. Everybody's too lovey-dovey right now. Let's start fighting.
Chappell, there was no social media back in 2004 when the first All-Stars aired, but the Survivor alumni community, you know, there was a lot of turmoil in this. And really, I think a lot of the alumni at the time really sided with Lex. Lex and Rob was the big feud in Survivor after Survivor All-Stars. And, you know, and Rob and Amber were a little bit, no pun intended, like alone on an island. Famously, that they got married. And the only Survivor that was at their wedding was Peter Harkey. Speaking of holes,
the original hole guy. Yeah.
Whereas Lex like continued on as like the mayor of Survivor for some time after Survivor All-Stars.
Lex might not be a bad guest here on Club Condo. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I think of all the podcasts Lex could be on, I feel like Club Condo is, again, not the right fit for Lex.
Look, we shall see. All I'm saying is that season 50, the new era.
Hey, Lex, let's check out the Twitter beef of the week.
Yeah, weigh in, Lex.
We're gonna play you some sound clips, Lex. Here, listen to this.
Stephanie and Mary, these hoochie mamas are just playing the get to know you game.
Lex is like, I don't know what any of that. I don't know what any of that means. He's basically Rudy. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, season 50 is coming. And now we're gonna see all these people from different seasons interacting. And I just want to see a little smoke. You know, like I said, I think it's been a little too cute in the new era. 41, 40, like 41 kind of sits in its own vacuum. I don't think they mingle too much. 42, 43, it starts to get real lovey-dovey. 40, 45, 46, you know, like now I'm like 47. This era too, it's kind of like y'all like each other too much. Let's burn it down. You know, let the people fight. Do
you think that's a phenomenon based on like the way the show is evolving, or those particular casts?
No, we just haven't had no all-stars lately. You know, I think back then everybody was fighting for the spots. Everybody was back. You know, you didn't know when Survivor was going to knock on your door. The new era has been the new era, almost in a little bubble. Now we are going to get people from the olden days as well, apparently, according to Jeff. But I would love to see what it looks like when some of these people are incentivized to stop being so nice. Maybe
stop being polite and start being real.
Start getting real, Rob. Yes. That's exactly what I want. You know what I want.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about our queen of social media.
Seance.
Seance on Instagram. Okay. And
in my life.
All right. So we talked about last week. She had to give herself the player of the episode. Now, she did win the Fishy this week, but
she did.
Once again, took to Instagram or this is actually on Twitter and announced player of the episode is Say.
Oh,
not a woman having to fix this mess again during Women's History Month. Can I rest?
Can she rest? Can she rest? This lady does not take a break. Look at this. Player of the episode 2. We got it wrong. We thought it was Mitch. It looks like it's Say. What can I say? You want me to argue with this beautiful graphic? No. She clearly played the episode.
That Say will win 13 consecutive player of the episodes.
Well, then
a feat never before done in history.
You know, it has never been done. I think you're right about that. Currently 2 for 2. You know, she's knocking it out, 100% her success rate. But let's see what episode 3 has to offer. I think that there's a good argument to make for a player of the episode. She got out her target. She flipped it on somebody who was trying to blindside her. She didn't get blindsided with an idol, which I'm sure is, you know, on the front of all their minds after they just watched the catastrophe that was 46, right? Like the last thing they saw was like 5 consecutive idols going out of the game without being played or something like that. So there's no way she was going to be the first one to do that in this season. So yeah, there's an argument to be made there for sure. Player of the episode, but I don't know. Let's see what happens next week. We'll see.
Say weighed in on Kevin. She said, also, this is why he had to go, and shows the gif of the infamous Kevin dive.
Dive is a strong word, but this is exactly how I swim. You know, it looks just like this. It's like you think you can dive, and then you change your mind. You're like, oh, never mind. and I thought Kevin described that as very much the same thing, right? He got ready to dive, and then remembered, oh my God, I'm injured. I probably shouldn't do that. And then pulled halfway through, only to do some type of weird belly flop. With his hands out, feet first, almost in a weird way. Yeah. Again, reason why I am not on Survivor, because I would be getting judged.
Yeah, Chappell, I really thought that everybody was like doing a lot of dive shaming on Kevin.
I mean, but look at it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess I have some sympathy because I don't think I know how to dive into water.
I don't. I know I don't. But that's why you don't attempt. I think that's the problem, is that Kevin probably knows how to dive. And he got ready to do diving form, right? It looks like he's on the way in. And then he said, oh God, I just dislocated my shoulder like yesterday. I probably shouldn't do this. And then he pulled up into some weird, like, you know, dolphin flop. And here we are.
Is that like a coffin flop?
It does feel like it. Like, look, so yeah, that's how it looks to me. So it's a moment. It's a moment. You know, Mariah couldn't jump.
Yeah,
Kevin?
Mariah couldn't jump, but she
Yeah.
actually had a triumphant moment with her pseudo jump more than Kevin.
Yeah, this was Kevin's humble trait. Is that like he don't dive perfectly every time. Sometimes yes, but not this time.
Yeah. Okay. And then we also have let's bring Cedric back into this. That there was this.
Yes, he's back, baby. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This was a clip from the episode. This is grabbed here by Mel Brown. Actually, I have the audio. I think in a louder version. This is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
Why would we ever want to separate Mary and Say? Why? Get on the same page. Get it together. We need you two, ladies.
Yeah, Mary's just facial reaction here is just says it all. Like this is like the perfect image of the two of them.
Right, it really is. You know, they're mad at Cedric, obviously. So I mean, he's struggling, but it's the yelling that, like, right in her ear. That's what really took Mary over the edge. And Say could not be more concerned. Like she, I mean, could not be less concerned about Mary at first. She's like, I don't understand how you haven't made it across this balance beam, Rob. You know the balance beam. It's not.
I know
easy.
the balance beam, but you know what? I know also what would not help me on the balance beam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. Yeah, it's definitely not helpful. Definitely not helpful. It's like, stop leaning back. You don't think I know that? You don't think I know that that's why I'm falling backwards? Like I'm very aware of what I'm doing wrong. I just can't stop. Can't. Yeah, that was a tough L for us to all be assuming that maybe the green is going to be the weakest in challenges. I don't think this was one of those challenges that thought, like, you saw that they were physically unmatched and not able to do it, right? Like in a vacuum, you would think that Cedric and Justin can make it across this balance beam. Everybody else literally does. And so, you know, I think that if other challenges are very similar to this, they could pull out a win, but this just wasn't their day.
Yeah. Actually, Chappell, I had one other thing on the Rome and Gabe back and forth because Say also then commented on it. And
she knows that she should. Yeah.
You know, to me, I was a little confused of what is she writing.
Okay.
All right. So Say wrote S47 still arguing online. It's so funny to me. Hashtag Survivor, hashtag Survivor 47. Your season is over. Just let that. What is this? A mango? A papaya?
A mango?
Just let that
mango. Just let that man
Just
go.
let that man go. Is that what it is?
I guess. Look. Maybe I'm an old, but I first of all, I wasn't even aware that this was a mango.
It's not something dirty, right? Like if you that's not one of the fruits that if you like text to somebody.
Oh no! Trust me, I've never sent this to anyone. A mango. I mean, is this a mango? Number one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I on the floor right now? What? I don't know. Pass.
Yeah.
Mango, apricot, papaya.
Apricot. Yeah. What is it?
Fruit.
It could be fruit. Just let that fruit. Yeah. Just let that fruit. We're gonna start saying that. Just let that fruit.
Just like I don't know what does it mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It's provocative. Maybe it is just let that man go.
Okay.
Just let that man go. Can we start saying
which one? Which one?
I don't know. Both of them. Okay, go up. Let's go. Let's read the tweet again. Maybe 47. So she's not
arguing online. It's so funny to me.
Yeah. So she's not talking about Q. He's not from 47.
No.
She would be talking about Rome.
I'm sure about Rome and Gabe.
Yeah, she'd be talking about Rome and Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let those men go.
Brandon is in the chat. Does he know what this means?
Brandon, you're a youth.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the hell they're talking about here? Just let that man go.
Yeah. Are you able to weigh in on this, Brandon?
Mm-hmm. I need to start. I don't know what took me so long. I guess it's because I'm really not on the Twitter, but I need to go and subscribe or follow Say so I can get the say updates, because otherwise I'm missing out on some gold here.
Yeah. No,
like
again, she's carrying this whole social media thing on her back. Yes, Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Can you explain it?
I think it is just let that man go. And I think the man is, I think it's Rome. I think it's like,
Rome.
Because he's maybe the instigator and I'm sorry, and then Gabe is coming at him. Like, I can see that. I don't know why Say would want to let Gabe go.
Right.
But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. It seems like this was targeted at Rome, but since there were two mains, in the conversation, I didn't know which main to let go. I think we have to let them both go.
We don't know that it's not Q.
Could be Q.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let those men go.
But
men goes.
This isn't something you haven't seen this usage before.
I've never seen this before. This is a new meme format potentially. Say could be getting in on something that we could all make really, really good. I've never seen this. I guess it's let that man go. A man go is I would never have gotten there. Also, I was guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon. While you're here, do you want to play your game, or you want to do it later?
Let's play a game. Why not?
Yeah. Let's play a game.
Okay.
Brandon's back.
So
Brandon,
what's
your humble trait?
I think I have.
Funny you should mention that, Chappell.
You should mention it. My humble trait is I don't have a good jawline. I would love to have a really chiseled jawline. At any stage of my life, I have a soft face, and I wish I could you see these guys, they have like the diamond cutter jaw. I don't have that. So that's my cross to bear.
Have you tried mewing?
I've tried mewing. Well, there's so many TikTok exercises. These guys who have, it's the most chisel. It's like a plateau. It drops off so good. They tell you to like sit there, and you can't see me if you're an audio listener, but they do like the up and downs and whatever. None of it works. I've tried it. But on the subject of humble traits, I've asked.
By the way, that's not a humble trait.
It's not a humble trait. Well, neither are these. Spoiler alert. Rob is a podcasters have no idea what a humble trait is, even with the description. I asked many of them their humble traits, and I'm going to give you a little quiz. We're going to quiz you up on people's humble traits.
Wait, are these podcasters?
These are podcasters.
Okay, so are you going to give us the podcast, or are you going to give us the humble trait?
I'm going to give you the humble trait, and then I have a multiple choice of 4. And you're going to pick between the 4 people who you think it is.
Okay.
Are we ready?
All right, we're ready.
This person still has a baby tooth.
Oh, okay.
They have an adult. They're an adult. We don't have an
adult. They have a baby tooth.
They have a baby tooth. Is this Frail Mary, Matt Scott, Jenny Autumn, or Lavina Pavel?
It was a baby tooth.
Who's got a baby tooth?
Still a baby. She's supposed to have baby teeth. That's a child. I don't know. This is
all
tough.
of these people, none of them are babies.
Yeah.
They're all adults.
Yeah. This is it. I think also probably better for us that you didn't give us the person and then come up with like 4 like oddities of that we like yeah, I think they do seem like that they could have a third butt cheek. I'm not sure.
Sure. Yeah, these are 4 of our friends, people we know well.
I would guess Matt Scott. He has a very childlike face, and so I would say that maybe he has a baby tooth to go along with his like childish face.
I don't know. I feel like that Matt Scott is a big guy. I think that a baby tooth would be, as I'm trying to think of like, maybe a smaller person. I'm going to say Frail Mary has a baby tooth.
One of you would be correct, and that would be Frail Mary.
Frail Mary.
Rob on the board.
Yeah.
I podcast with baby tooth every week, and I didn't even know.
He doesn't even come up. Come
on, little tooth. All right. I better come up this week on Extracted. I bet you that much.
She needs to have that tooth extracted.
Oh, that's what Oh, now this is the worst game ever because I podcast with all these people probably. I'm going to be on the podcast they're not even going to hear this by the time I'm going to talk. I'll be like, hey, baby tooth, what's good? All right, cool. Cue it up.
Mary also for reference. Mary sent 10 different humble traits. If you have a chance to talk to Mary in the near future, it's many more than just that one.
Okay. Send me the list.
Number 2.
All right. She should reveal one every week on Extracted. Make sure you're listening. The RHAP Ups feed.
This person number 2, Person number 2 can't dance. Their humble
Oh.
trait is they can't dance.
Yeah.
Liana Boris.
I've partied with a lot of them.
You're gonna
Yeah.
know.
It could be.
Yeah.
Maury Forth.
Hmm.
AJ Norris. Matt Ligori.
None of those people can dance. I said it. Mari can do a little something, but the rest of them are no.
Is it E, all of the above? Is that possible?
Yeah. Look,
Very well could be.
Mari can do a little something. She can do a little move. I have never seen the rest of them dance in any
Now,
capacity.
let me just ask also, the can't dance, like, this is like, would this be Liana saying she can't dance, or this is Puya saying Liana's
Liana
humble
can't
trait is
dance.
she can't dance?
The person who did send this humble trait, they sent it to me. This was not a
Okay.
secondhand
Okay.
trait.
Like, if I had to rank them dance ability wise, Liana would probably be the best out of the three of them. Because I've already
Now, have
eliminated
you
Mari
seen
from the
it?
list.
Have you seen it, or you just think
No,
it?
that's the thing. Like, I've been at parties with them, and I wouldn't consider what any of them do at the party called dancing.
Yeah. But I
So,
think
like-
about how coordinated are they in other areas. Liana, can roller skate and ice skate and do Pilates. And I feel like that
Yeah.
there's I feel like that maybe not closely related, but I think that there's like some level of coordination that I think she checks off.
Yeah, and I just think that. Well, but I also think that she's so good at everything else that like being able to not dance would be like the most humble. Like
She
that
would
seems like
take
such a like.
lessons. Yeah.
Yeah, she could figure it out. Yeah, AJ. I've never seen AJ even like attempt to dance. I think he hides when the dancing starts. I don't know.
Well, what about Matt Ligori? Can we like do a process of elimination? Have you seen Matt Ligori dance?
No, he's getting married this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing whatever that means for the dance floor. But I've never seen him dance either. But Matt Ligori, he has some rhythm. I've seen him like kind of sing along with songs and stuff like that before.
So you think it might be AJ?
He's a lawyer. How often is that going to happen in the courtroom? I don't know.
Never
Rob.
seen
What
it
do
before.
you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah, if you think, I was wondering if it was Matt, but if you think that Matt has rhythm, maybe we go AJ.
I mean, it's kind of like if you ask me which of them dances the worst, I think it's a different question because it's like which of them thinks their humble trait is that they cannot dance,
Yeah.
because it's like, all right, let's go with Ligori. Let's go with Ligori.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't feel strongly enough in any direction.
All right. Well, who is it, Brandon?
It's Rob. It's like you majored in this because that's correct. Matt Ligori
Yes.
Yes.
can't dance. Got to
Okay,
work
no, well,
on
no,
that
I
before
was
the
leaning
wedding.
towards AJ. That Chappelle drove us to Matt Ligori.
Oh,
Matt
okay.
Ligori cannot dance. He's
Mhm.
getting married. You got to work on it.
Yeah.
That's probably why. It's probably front of mind. He's probably been taking some lessons.
But I
for
was only
these
going off of
dance
the
moments.
Chappelle said he has rhythm.
He does. He got a little something, but like apparently he cannot dance. So we shall see.
Okay.
I'll be making footage of this dancing when I when I see him the next time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to get a little crazy. So
Okay.
we got to lock in. This person has excessive chest hair.
Okay.
Ooh, hairy mofo.
Excessive chest hair. Is that Jason Reed, Jordan Kalish, Akiva,
Oh,
David Bloomberg?
ah, ah.
We can
What
all
is
take
happening?
a second. We can picture each of the answers.
Okay, I'm envisioning shirtless Jason Reed right now.
Sure.
So,
Excessive is the word, right? Jason
Yeah.
got a beautiful head of hair.
mhm.
I just don't know if that translate, to the bedroom as
Mhm.
Natalie would say.
Yeah. So I'm leaning here towards a Jordan Kalish.
You want to do the Jordan Kalish? Why?
Well, I feel like that one he would answer it in this way. I could see him respond. Like, I'm not sure David Bloomberg is responding to the survey in this particular manner. I don't think that Akiva is particularly a hairy guy. I think that with Jordan, I think because he has lighter hair, maybe you don't notice it as much. And yeah, I don't know if it's Jason Reed.
Akiva is not shy about his humble traits. I think he's
Yeah,
been very
I know
clear.
Akiva's humble traits.
Right, he wears them like a hairy chest, just like right on his chest. Yeah, let's go with Kalish. I
Hairy
love the
chest
world
would
where,
be like in the positive column for Akiva.
right, exactly. It's a brawny.
Have
man.
you heard about his misaligned belly button?
Is it as deep as Chrissy's?
I don't think
Dear
so,
God.
but he says it's not symmetrical.
I want to live in a world where the answer is Jordan Kalish. Jordan Kalish has a burly man chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jordan Kalish.
The good news is we do live in that world, and that is correct. Jordan Kalish, seeds, baby.
Jordan, text me. Send me a pic.
Okay. We have 3 more. We can end on this next one if we
No,
want.
no. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Let's be through. All right,
I'm learning so much about my coworkers here.
This person has, and this is their answer, remarkably tight hamstrings.
Ooh. Okay.
That's their humble trait.
Wait. And which way is this humbling? Like they're not able to do hamstring exercises because they're just too tight?
It's a great question. They've been told by doctors that they have remarkably tight hamstrings.
Okay, I mean, like if they drop their pen, could they pick it up?
It's a great question. I'll have to filter that message to them once this is done. But the people in question: Puya Zambakili, Amon Adwin, Taryn Armstrong, Ali Lasher.
Okay, it's not Taryn.
I don't think it's Taryn.
Taryn's a climber, so he would need flexibility and stuff like that to climb those rocks that he be climbing. I've seen him do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amon seems loose to me, but
loose. He gives loose.
Yeah.
Amon, you loose? Text me.
Yeah. Does Ali Lasher have tight hamstrings?
I've never heard of her doing a sport recently. She does comment on the challenge a lot, but I don't know. Like, I feel like if you have tight hamstrings, you're probably limited, like physically, in a lot of ways, right? Poor posture, trouble lifting things, you know. So maybe Ali. I've never heard of her doing any physical, manual labor like that.
I feel like that Ali would understand the assignment more than to give us tight hamstrings as a humble trait.
Yeah. She's very self-deprecating. I don't think tight hamstrings.
I think she would she would have something more colorful than tight hamstrings.
Right. So who's our last option here?
Then we come back to Puya.
But don't you think the same for Puya? Don't you think Puya has a better humble trait than that? Like Puya would be better than tight hamstrings.
He do be sitting in that chair for a lot of the day. He do
be sitting in that chair. I've seen him plank once. Now I'm trying to remember the hamstring placement.
So I think it's between Puya and Amon for me.
Amon is given loose. So let's go with Puya. Tight hamstring Puya.
Tight hamstrings.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that would be incorrect.
What?
Ali Lasher has got tight.
Ali Lasher. Ali.
They're tight.
Ali, post a picture of those bad boys ASAP. We need to.
Can you tell by looking at a hamstring if it's tight?
I assume it's abnormally tight. Then I feel like you got to be able to see it from a distance.
Okay. Yeah, get a Theragun.
Yeah. I texted blindly, what is your humble trait? And she originally said being associated with Akiva. And then I was like, I do need a better answer than that. And then
that's what I'm saying. Ali's good for a good one line. I really thought, wow, huh?
I do think
remarkably he could beat Mike Bloom in a race though, so he would need looser hamstrings than that to do.
Yeah.
Okay. This person cannot bend one of their wrists.
Ooh,
they've got a wrist that doesn't bend. And we've got on the board Mike Bloom, Brian Scally, Josh Wigler, Shannon, Gus. Somebody can't bend their wrist.
Okay. Mike is doing a lot of typing.
He could type a lot.
I feel like, I think if Josh had a wrist that couldn't bend, I think I would hear about it.
Right.
Scally's interesting, but he tweets so fast.
We've seen him do endurance competition where he has a ball on top of his head.
I feel strongly that it's Shannon.
Shannon would be the most wrist averse, I think. I think
she's risk averse.
yeah, I think she would be the most like the. I think you're right. I think this one tracks. I think we would
This
know.
feels
Josh
this
couldn't
feels
get
like a
his list.
Shannon to me.
Yeah.
So funny when you guys were showing the mango and then you called on me to respond. I was texting Shannon. She had just answered me. It is not Shannon. It is Mike Bloom.
Mike Bloom.
Mike
Oh my
Bloom?
God.
How do you
Mike
type
Bloom
with
cannot
your
remember.
like stationary wrist? It's just like
Shannon's
Is he
humble trait
okay?
is that she spills things. Is what she
Well,
just
I mean,
told me.
I
That's
guess
not a humble trait.
these people don't understand the assignment. They don't get it.
Mhm.
They don't get it.
And for our final round,
Yeah.
this person has
I
a
got
huge
tiny nipples. That's like a humble
That's not quite-
trait, right? Like they're like
A tiny nipple is a humble trait?
I have 2 tiny nipples. They're tiny. They're microscopic. That's a
That's-
humble trait.
Mm-hmm.
It feels better than jawline as a humble trait. I get how
I mean,
that
it's
could
better
be.
than bendy wrist. You know, like come on.
Are you self-conscious about that?
I mean, it's not my favorite thing about me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like do I wish my areolas were popping a little bit more? Yeah, Rob. I wish I had a little bit more junk in my trunk or
Mhm.
in the front.
Trying drunk in the front, I guess.
Yeah.
This person
Can you get implants?
Like areola implants or nipple implants?
I don't know.
And if I got implants, could I milk them?
Could you? Too bad David couldn't donate to you.
He could have. Selfish.
he had a couple to spare.
Yeah.
This person has a huge red birthmark on the side of their head.
A
How have we
huge
not seen this?
A huge
red birthmark
on the side of their head.
on the side of their head.
Okay.
Is this Chantel Francis, Asia Welch, Maggie Morgan, or Sasha Joseph? Excuse me.
How would we have not seen? It has to be. I feel like it has to be someone with long hair because we would have seen. Like Asia was just on television. How did we not see this big ass red birthmark on her face or on the side of her head? You know.
Red birthmark.
It's a huge red birthmark
Hmm.
side of their head.
On the side of their head. Which one of you deformed? Let me see. Who would it be?
Yeah.
What do you think
You know, I
about?
may have a birthmark on my head. I don't even know.
I mean, it's huge and red. I think you can't miss it,
If
right?
it was red, I would probably see it more.
Yeah. A huge red birthmark on the side of their face, on the side of their head.
This person, they did include in the text that it does prohibit them from doing certain hairstyles.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Chantel, Asia, Maggie, Sasha.
Yeah. I feel like Asia does a lot of hairstyles. I don't think she's like. I think her and Sasha both are not afraid of like a good like,
Different
Yeah, a lot of hair
up, hair down.
hair up, hair down.
Mhm. Could be Maggie.
I feel like this is either Maggie or Chantel. I think that both of them are pretty much like the long hair down situation.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go with Maggie on this one?
I feel like I've seen Chantel wear more hats.
Yeah, she does wear hats. She likes a fascinator every now and then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. This is tough. She's a hat lady though. I feel like this wouldn't be Maggie's humble trait. Like I don't think she would like. I don't
Yeah.
think like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she would say.
Look,
It.
you want to do Chantel?
Let's go with Chantel.
Chantel.
Unfortunately,
Damn,
this is Sasha Joseph.
Sasha.
Sasha.
Sasha Joseph.
I'm gonna
Wow.
go to her Facebook page and start looking at these pics. Okay.
Okay. Brandon, let me ask you, did you start here with reaching out to survivors and they were very shy about sharing their humble traits?
That is correct.
Yes, and the survivor and the podcasters were more of an open book.
The podcast is run open book. I didn't do a ton of outreach, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want the well to run dry. So we got to just go back and forth on some weeks, you know?
You don't have to say who it was. Can you tell us, did you get any interesting humble traits from these Survivor alumni?
You know what's so funny? I did not get really any. And I will leave out who was asked, but I did not get any these were much better. The ones I got from our crew they were better.
Let us know in the comments if anybody wants to share their humble trait.
Yeah, I got a billion of them. I guess I'm the most flawed podcaster that you have because I just like the list of humble traits just go on and on and on. I have like tiny ankles as well. Like it's just like the more I sit here and think about it, well, my ankles they're a little dainty. You know, that's all. Like I don't really love them. Definitely the nips. That is the thing. / areolas. That too. The voice. Yeah, it's not, I have a lot of things, a lot of things. I'm allergic to everything, like everything. I'm always
Yeah.
embarrassing myself. I fall down, I'm clumsy, like hella clumsy. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot there, man. I don't know. Rob, you
Okay.
know how to pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
think
picked
that
the
if
imperfect
these,
group.
perfectly unflawed people, they'd be doing better things than podcasting.
Right.
Like
right.
I need the people with the flaws. That's what gives them such a good personality to come on podcasts.
Yeah, you can't
You
just
are
rip
you
like
are perfect to have no flaws. Guess what? Personality sucks.
That's true. That's true. Because I can't get by on anything else. Like it's just, you gotta make people laugh so they don't realize that they're looking at a broken human.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, Brandon, great job on the game. Okay. Appreciate it.
Great. See you
Okay.
soon.
Talk to you later.
Ooh,
Bye.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chappelle, what do you think about when we saw over on the Lagi tribe, they were setting up a Probst 5G Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they had a electrical outlet as well on the tree. We're back on that, huh? We're back doing that. The elders will tell you tales of Shane Powers sitting around on a BlackBerry rock, but now we're building electronics into the trees, Wi-Fi even. Survivor the time capsule.
Did you like that they did that?
It's kind of like you got to do something out there. You've talked about it before. It's famously very boring on Survivor. Nothing to do.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be good for the coconut phone if the coconut phone has Wi-Fi calling.
Yeah, and at this point, like this day and age, you have to, right? Like everything has to be like, connected as well in the cloud. You can't just like plug things in like you used to, and then you got different outlets. You need adapters as well. We've come so far.
Yeah. Password dig48.
Dig48 is not a bad. But you need it's also not a great password. It's too weak.
Could get hacked, I think.
You're gonna need at least 8 characters. Eight characters, a special character as well.
I mean, I think it was a capital D, but like the one should have been like an exclamation point.
An underscore would have been nice. I'm partial to the ampersand. That's kind of one of my. Don't go hacking my shit, but it's kind of one of my go-tos, like the ampersand.
Okay. Chappelle, a lot was made about Star being the person who was on the outs when Star was really at the center of everything after she found the Beware advantage. How do you think this is all going to play out for Star?
Autism. She still did not find out about the autism in this episode. Still.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Hasn't heard about it.
Well, all right. Well, let me bring up a tweet that we have the great Star Updates account. And Star Updates posts incredible updates that are very memorable about Star. And this one that you're referencing, that from Starbase at Starbase48. Unfortunately, Eva has not told Star about her having autism.
This is autism part 2. Return of the autism.
Yes.
Autism
still, she has not told her yet.
Yeah. Still, are we gonna do just like we're doing this a weekly counter? This is the equivalent as Brian Scally's like, this person is not the first person voted out survivors. Like in this episode, Star still does not know about the autism. Yeah, Star updates. What a crazy account. I saw when they were taking away Star's eyes. I didn't love that. Hopefully they've bounced back from that and given us some more good content.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here is one of the pieces of content we get from Star Updates. Here's Star. Not yet featured in the King of the Balds bracket that was on RHAP this week. Starbase 48 says, for every like, Star Toomey gets another strand of hair. And so,
how many likes?
Okay, this was a Star with 10 likes.
Okay.
10 strands of hair for Star. Then with 22, I don't know why we're rotated. Okay. Then with 39, ultimately 212.
Yeah.
And then finally 725 likes.
Yeah.
And 1,000.
Come on, Purple Streak.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Star.
Yes. And the Star Updates account is now doing the same thing for another member of Survivor, Mary.
Mary getting bald.
I'm sorry. Star. I'm sorry. I apologize. That Mary Zhang, Shady Facts and Updates started doing the same thing.
So Mary has an update account too, and now she bought it.
Mary has an update account called Mary Zhang Shady Facts and Updates.
I gotta get one of these update accounts one time. When can I be an update account? Oh wow, Mary.
Do you want to be an updated account, or do you want a Chappelle updates account?
No.
I would like it if there was. I would actually love it if there was a Chappelle updates account that I could follow, and then get the updates of like where's Chappelle at? What's Chappelle up to?
Everybody knows what I'm doing. I'm podcasting. That's it.
Yeah.
Podcasting. You want to find me? Club Condo, Recap Kickback, Extracted, etc.
For every like this guy, Chappelle gets another hair.
Yeah, and another subscriber. RecapKickback.com/subscribe. YouTube.com/@RecapKickback. Go hit the subscribe button. Look, if you're gonna drive subscriptions, then do your thing. Update me. If not, leave me alone. Leave it on the playground.
Also, this was a fun exchange that happened on social media. There's been a lot of talk, as you mentioned, about Amazing Race 3. Hey, Brandon, where's my list of the random Big Brother cast for that we're going to say is the cast of Amazing Race?
We got to get this out soon.
Yeah, Brandon, what happened to that?
I tweeted it, but I had to tweet it on a fake account.
Tweet it? It's supposed to be in the podcast. That doesn't help me.
Oh, well, it's a good thing the tweet has no likes except for me. Do you want to know the cast?
Just let me. Well, put it up on the screen.
Oh, I slacked it to you. You have an image.
Okay. All right. What was it?
I made.
What'd you do? You random here. Let me just share this real quick. Okay. This was Star asked, is Star on The Amazing Race? And Reality TV News Update posted this. Star tweet not on 30. Not on Tar 38. Okay.
That's tough.
Okay. All right. So we've got breaking news are happening now. A rumored cast for The Amazing Race is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. We do have a new rumored cast to talk about The Amazing Race. Let's see if I can bring up breaking news are happening now. There we go.
Breaking news are happening now.
All right. So let's take a look at this rumored cast for The Amazing Race. And again, I emphasize, this is just a rumored cast of the amazing people that are potentially running The Amazing Race. And let's go ahead and take a look at this rumored cast list. Okay. Looks like we have competing. This is Big Brother 9's A Baller.
Yes. Yes.
We've got April Lewis.
Yes. And Pepperoni probably running alongside her.
Okay. We have from Big Brother 10, Brian Hart.
Which isn't crazy. I mean, in terms of bringing people back, they did try to bring him back once. So far, he makes the most sense.
Okay. I believe, Chappelle, is this Big Brother 16's Brittany Martinez?
Yeah, she kicked the soccer ball a lot of times.
Yes.
Sure did.
Famously.
Sure did.
Okay. We have then also Big Brother 15's Candace.
Howard wasn't good enough, so we went to go get another Big Brother.
Brandon, did you simulate Big Brother 12? Is that why her name is Candace Stewart Saboteur?
Either that or she did marry somebody, and that is her married name.
Her last name is Saboteur.
That's for real?
No.
I simulated Big Brother 12.
Okay.
It would be funny if that was her married name.
Yes. It's actually
from Big Brother 14, Danielle Murphy.
An insane person. A literal insane person. Like Adam Jasinski is not the biggest criminal on this cast.
The last time that she came up on the podcast, that I don't even remember. I think I was referencing that Dalton Ross did the oral history of Dan's funeral, and I talked about, and then I got a scathing message from Danielle Murphy. So I'm very excited to see her in this new cast.
Well, I'm sure she'll have something to say about this because I just called her an insane person and I did not stutter.
Yes. Okay. Dustin from Big Brother 8. Is that right?
That's
Is he
correct.
the one with the STD?
I don't remember.
No, I think he was given the STD.
Oh, he was the receiver of the STD.
He was the receiver of the
That's
STD.
his humble trait. That was his humble trait. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Eddie McGee.
Yes, finally.
Wow. I mean, that would be what a story it would be to have Eddie running The Amazing Race.
the Godfather of Big Brother.
Wait, that would be, great television.
He is in
Okay.
the game.
Yeah. All right. Hannah Chana.
Hey, look at
Could
that.
be.
Could
You
be.
don't know.
Yeah.
Could be. All right. James Ryan.
Wow.
What a get.
What a
Big Brother
get.
All-Star. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Him and
I
April
love,
back on the same season. That's crazy.
yes. I love that they brought back Jody.
As you
this.
should. Right? But you kind of have to. We still owe Jody.
Jody doesn't get to leave the LAX.
She gets left at the mat. Okay. Matt Hoffman is playing.
Mets. Yeah.
Rumored
That's
Matt
pretty cool.
Hoffman. Yes. And then the ultimate Pawn Star, Spencer Clausen. Okay. He's reunited with Candace.
Yeah. Candace and Spencer, automatic alliance. James and April, automatic
Watch
alliance.
Watch out. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll see. Look, this is a rumored cast.
Rumored.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So what I did in the time when after talking about it was I made a fake Twitter account and tried to tweet it to make it look real. Rob, I just sent you the link to that as well.
Mhm.
There's a lot of Crave accounts happening. Pop Crave, Star Crave, whatever. I made Cornbread Crave after Cornbread from Big Brother Over the Top.
Real.
And I tweeted the cast. So far, one like
Yeah.
from me for my
Okay,
personal.
I'll like it and see if that helps.
I'll
give it
retweet
any
it to see if I
juice.
get traction. And then you got to take it over to Blue Sky so I can skeet it.
Mhm.
Sure. Cornbread Crave on Blue Sky is gonna smack. It's gonna do so good.
All right, we'll see if that happens. All right, thank you, Brandon.
See you soon.
Okay, all right.
Cornbread
Let's see,
Crave.
Chappelle. A couple other things to talk about here. We then have. Okay, there's one other thing to talk about. Okay, the Green Tribe, the Vula tribe, is a tribe that some people are wondering how to pronounce the tribe name.
The Vula?
Vula tribe. Okay.
Vula.
Because here, let's go to Instagram, and I have a clip for you of Mary, and here is Mary trying to get on the boat, and here she is. Mary says, "What do you expect? My tribe name is Vulva. I had to honor my namesake."
Shit, wait, but her tribe name is not Vulva, right? It's Vula.
Vula. It's pronounced Vula.
Is there an extra V in there that I'm skipping? Or is it just like, did Mary make this
Could
up?
be silent. It could be silent.
It's a silent V, classic
Yeah.
silent V. She's
Maybe
getting
if
in
you
there.
say it fast 10 times.
She's getting in there Vula first.
Mm-hmm.
Vula facing the world. Look at Mary.
Yeah. And apparently it's not just Mary, because we also found this, which was a let's see, a TikTok
Yeah.
about this very subject. Okay, here
Put
we
your
go.
Vula on TikTok. I'll give you $1,000.
What's that?
Nothing.
That
Nothing.
say Vula on TikTok?
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
It's really
Nope.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay. We've got here this woman. This is Latran Quillet Trave. Okay.
La Tranquil Trave.
Latranquil Trave. Okay. This is the rare one that an underscore wouldn't hurt in here.
Oh, now we like underscores.
Well, if I can't pronounce the word together, then
You didn't,
put
you
it.
didn't like my underscore, but my name would have had 3 S's in a row. It would have been tacky.
Mm-hmm. Chappelle's show.
It would have been Chappelle's show, but it would have been one word. That would have been horrible. You would have never been able to. You wouldn't know where the Chappelle's ended or the show begins.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what this woman has to say.
Don't say vulva. Don't do it. It's vula, not vulva. Vula, vulva, vulva.
So people are struggling with this. The struggle is real.
I ain't had no struggle with it until now. Now I'm gonna mess it up. I've been saying Vula this whole time, and now it's just like in the back of my head, vulva, 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 vulva. Like I just like, but it's Vula. If Jeff yell out like vulva, has done it again. I was like, oh, Jeff, no.
All right, Chappelle, you have a prediction for next week?
I don't
For
know.
Wednesday,
I think Vulva's in
48
trouble.
hours from now.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's right around the corner.
Mhm.
No, I mean, it's not looking great for the vulva. You know, it's just not. The Green Tribe should. I mean, given some crazy circumstances, we might be seeing them back at Tribal Council again. And I think that's bad
Possible.
for Club. That's bad for Club Condo, because if they go back, you know, say it doesn't have her idol anymore, we could be in danger of losing the queen of social media and Club Condo currently. So we're gonna keep fingers crossed that we don't have to see Volva at Tribal Council.
You think Say could go home?
I would just hope that she doesn't, you know, but things could get crazy now.
Yeah, I feel like
'Cause
she's safe. I mean,
Mary
I
has
feel
her
like
vote back, right?
Mary will have her vote back, but who's voting with Mary?
I don't know. I think she has Cedric locked in, and I don't think anybody's going to go with
Say
Justin.
has Cedric locked in, right?
Yeah, Say has Cedric locked in. I don't think Justin's going to go with Mary.
And I
to,
don't
like,
think people are going to go with like a 2-2 tie.
Right,
So
right.
it feels pretty safe, unless Mary finds the idol.
Yeah, let's Mary find the idol, and then it can get tough. It can get tough. I don't know. We gotta see what's going on with the Volva. Got to
Okay.
see.
All right.
Look at it.
Chappelle, anything else on your mind?
No, I've been concerned about Star for a week or so now. It does look like she's on the bottom of the tribe. Not loving that, because Star Toomey updates is giving us gold too. So maybe look.
Hey, I hope Star Toomey updates continues whether or not she's in the game.
Oh, like we get like updates of her outside the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to know what she does on a day-to-day basis. You know?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Hopefully she needs to come to Boston. I have something for her. I have a gift for Star Toomey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to be back Wednesday night with another Survivor Know-It-All. So be on the lookout for that, plus everything else in our Survivor podcast feed. That's all at WeKnowSurvivor.com. Chappelle, what else is coming up exciting for you?
I've already mentioned it, but Extracted is a thing that Mary and I are talking about. We got Nothing But Netflix. I'm joining Kirsten and Maggie to talk about Temptation Island as that premieres on Netflix this week. And then, of course, you can catch me on Recap Kickback, where we're talking about Abbott Elementary and Beauty in Black, the Tyler Perry soap opera series, I guess, is back on Netflix. So Mari and I are going to talk about that. So much going on. You can follow me on social media at Recap Kickback to keep up with that.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching Club Condo. Let us know your humble traits in the comments and how everything else was for you. And we will talk to you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.